so funny today. And I'd love to get into the Wii system music in a future video, but for now I'll leave you with the start. If the Wii Shop channel wasn't iconic, why is the background music used in just about every YouTube video ever? At launch, the channel's big draw was the Virtual Console, a digital archive of classic games from past Nintendo systems, and even some non-Nintendo ones. NES, SNES, and N64 were all represented, but the real surprise was support for the Sega Genesis, and even some Neo Geo titles. This kind of cross-company library was unheard of for Nintendo of all companies, because, well, we know them. For many players, this was their first legal way to play old games that they may have missed or pirated growing up. Games were purchased using Wii points, which had to be bought in bulk, like tokens at an arcade. This often meant spending more than you needed to just to get one or two games. Besides Virtual Console titles, the shop also featured WiiWare, Nintendo's platform for original downloadable games made specifically for the Wii. This was where indie developers and smaller studios could shine, though the approval process was reportedly pretty strict. WiiWare never became as essential as the Virtual Console, but it did show that Nintendo was beginning to embrace digital-only games. The Wii Shop channel also offered a few non-game applications like the Internet channel, which let you browse the web on your TV. The Wii Shop channel's layout was also extremely basic and understandable. There were a few rows that featured games, some categories, and a search bar that hardly anyone used. And yet the experience was still memorable, or as we think to that iconic music. Of course, not everything about the Wii Shop was perfect. Download speeds were painfully slow, especially as games got bigger. And the Wii only had 512 megabytes of internal storage, so managing space was a constant chore. Often you'd have to move games to the SD card and then have to shuffle them back and forth, and man, it was all just so tedious. There was no account system on the Wii either, everything was tied to your console, so if your Wii broke, you could basically kiss those games goodbye. And as much as I think the Wii Shop channel's visual aesthetic is cool, it's undeniable that every future iteration of the service looks better, maybe aside from the PSI shop, which is largely the same. Here's something cool. In 2010, Nintendo rolled out a little thing called the Wii Connection Ambassador Program. This wasn't widely advertised, and it was aimed at people who had friends that hadn't connected their Wii to the internet yet. Basically, how it worked is if you helped someone connect their Wii to the internet, and you both registered to the program in the Wii Shop channel, you would each receive 500 Wii points. If you had helped 10 different Wii users connect to the internet, you would receive every NES Virtual Console title for free. Yes, that is Nintendo and free in the same sentence. If you helped 20 people, you'd receive every NES, SNES, and N64 title for free. Or, I'm sorry, NES, Super NES, as the narrator calls it. The Ambassador Program was one of the few times Nintendo actually acknowledged its hardcore digital user base. While most people think the average Wii user was an elderly grandmother or a clueless parent, and hey, they may be kinda right, the Wii was also used by retro game fans and collectors. Sadly, the Wii Shop channel's decline was slow but inevitable. As the Wii U launched in 2012 with its own eShop, support for the Wii Store began to fade. Updates became way less frequent, and big new games just stopped arriving. By 2017, Nintendo announced that they would shut down the Wii Shop entirely. In early 2019, the ability to buy new content from the Wii Shop was officially removed. The channel itself remains accessible on Wii consoles, but now it's just an empty shell of what it used to be. You can still hear the music and click around for a bit, but there's nothing left to buy. It's quite sad, actually. What's more tragic, though, is just how many games on the Wii Shop are just lost now. Sure, you can always pirate, these games are gone forever.